the case, but do you think that they're communicating these situations to their woman, and so that there can be some type of, communication between the two and they can come to an understanding?
We all know, we all face the same world. We all face the same world. I think some of us lose sight when we make it. When we gain access and we forget. We all face the same world. If I have to tell you that,
well,
you're not showing me any understanding. You're not really in it.
It's not a matter of telling. It's a matter of us being on the same page, guys. Because when we communicate,
wait 1 second.
When we communicate, we're saying to the other partner, look, baby, I just want you to understand that I'm not about you taking care of me. I'm going to do this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Instead of just sitting there all quiet and in your attitude and in your feelings, but that you have to communicate what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I think that's where a lot of the problems come in sometimes, is that we don't communicate and we got to depend on this other person to pull it out of you. What your intentions are and what it is you're trying to do. Okay, even if you want to start a business, right? You're trying to do whatever. It's like,
as soon as she finishes, you can.
Go ahead.
And then I want to hear from Miss Hoffman right after this.
Go ahead.
All right, so y'all saying some great stuff, and to brother, I think that was Brother Reed that was just talking, right? That was Brother Reed that was talking. Okay, so I understand where you're coming from the standpoint of that they are living in the same world that you're living in, and you think that they ought to know. But it's important as men that we share that communication. Even if you think they ought to know, it's important as men to bring them in on what you are experiencing internally. Because if they don't know what you are experiencing, they're in the same world, but they see the world differently. So if they see the world differently, allow them into your world to say, hey, yo, it's hard out here for a pimp.
I say that all the time.
It's hard out here.
Wait 1 second. Mr. Reed, hold 1 second.
Unfortunately, all of us are done coming to this world possessing the great quality of being able to express and communicate. I'm a person that happens to be able to express myself, but all people aren't. That's great, though. You have given a great point.
The thing about that is, but let me tell you the thing about that is, a lot of men use that as a cop-out. And a lot of men say, well, I can't necessarily communicate. But here's the thing about that. If I was to take you and put you in Cuba, in order for you to survive, you would have to learn the language.
Yes.
And so it's the same thing if you're in a relationship. In order to survive and thrive in that relationship, that person is coming from a different perspective, and it's important for both people to really begin to understand, hey, I'm speaking a different language. In order for this thing to really work, I'm going to have to learn their language. They need to learn my language so we can communicate back and forth to one another. I can't take it for granted that they automatically know what I'm feeling. I can't take it for granted that they automatically know what I'm thinking. Because when we start taking things for granted, people get taken for granted. And when people get taken for granted,
however, let's go to our special guest. Some of them are calling from Atlanta, some of them are calling from Ohio. I need to let Miss Hoffman speak. They're kind enough, and I know everyone is so busy. So Miss Hoffman, what are your thoughts? I know you have a lot of them on what everybody's saying. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fletcher, what are your thoughts right now?
Wow, yeah, I do have a lot of thoughts. And as a dating and relationship coach, I agree communication is the foundation of all relationships. And one of the reasons that I have the job that I do is because we don't always innately know how to communicate effectively with our partners. So that's a skill set that you have to work on. But the reason that people don't share things like where they are financially and that men feel ashamed to ask for support from a woman is because of the societal constructs that we have, where we are telling men, if you're not earning enough money, then you're less than, and you can't be in a partnership with that woman because if you don't bring enough to the table financially, then you're not man enough. And I think that's the wrong message to send to men who really could, if they are learning to communicate and they aren't being met with that same sort of shame in their relationship, where they can figure out how to create a partnership that where both people get their needs met. And some of those needs are financial, and some of them are emotional, and some of them are physical. But all of those needs need to be brought to the table and spoken about, so that everyone can get what they need out of the relationship.
Well, you know, I really appreciate that, Ms. Hoffman.
That was well said.
That was very well said. I do have one thing. I want to get everyone's view on this one. So the question was asked of me yesterday. If I was making $90,000, let's just say if I was making $100,000, what if my man was making $20,000? So I kind of stopped him right there. I'm like, well, we're gonna have a problem with $20,000, and I make 90. But so basically, he said, would I rather have a man making $20,000 treating me like a queen, or would I rather have a man making $100,000 treat me like SHIT? So
I mean, I can tell you what I would tell my clients, because this is a problem that I have from a lot of people who come to
why
me
can't you make $100,000 and treat me like a queen? Yeah.
and they say that, well, I have to meet someone who matches me financially. And then I really have to get them to stop and say, what is really important to you? And as you're building life that you want,
Your core values.
yeah, what are your core values? Because who cares about $70,000 or $80,000 if you're being treated like crap?
Yes.
There's no amount of money in the world that should make that okay for you. And it's much more important, I think, to find a person that really supports you in helping you pursue your dreams.
Okay, so Miss Hoffman,
Your core values.
Miss Hoffman, please let me express one more thing to you. Okay, I'm making 90, you're making 20. I'm very, very ambitious, and you're okay with working at Burger King flipping fries. At some point, I'm going to get a little frustrated. I mean, a little bit, because I want to, if you can, you're okay with that. So what you'll say to, and what often happens, not all the time, but what sometimes will happen is, oh, I ain't got to make no more money. My girl got it. Wait, what?
I don't well, I'm not going to disagree with you.
And so there's my issue on that.
That's some men.
Well,
But I would not say
Hold on one
that's
second.
everybody. And
Right. That's,
You
I
have
think
to-
you should check yourself.
I'm
If
not.
you feel in a certain way about how much he makes.
I'm
That's a
not
self-evaluation
checking myself. No, actually it isn't.
Okay.
Not for me. I check myself every day.
The thing that
I'm good.
you hit on is it's not just about the money, it's about the ambition. Because,
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
a lot of my clients,
Thank you.
a guy may be an artist and he's not, or a musician, and he has a passion for that, but he's not drawing in a lot of money from it.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean he's complacent in where he is.
Exactly.
And then he's sitting there flipping fries going, I got this.
Yeah.
He has something that he's working towards, and sometimes we need someone else to believe in our dreams.
There we go.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
have to, to the table financially
Yes.
to do it.
No one
I
ever
agree,
lives by
Miss Hoffman. I agree with that 1,000%. If you're an artist and I have all of this ambition, I'm ready. I'm on the phone. I'm calling people. Let's set up a blog post. Let's set up some shows. Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's make this. Let's do this. If this is what you want to do and that's your passion. If you're a musician, I'm in every group on Facebook of musicians. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm doing whatever I can to pull in some more money. I'll be your manager. I'll call some people. I know some people. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, but you just can't not want anything else. That's all I'm saying. And whoever said I need to check myself and look in the mirror every day, it's a beautiful sight to see. I love myself 1,000%. I don't need to check myself.
Can I ask you a question? And that was no disrespect. I'm just saying we all should evaluate ourselves at different junctions.
I absolutely do every day.
I want to ask you a question. I want to know, is money truly the way to happiness?
Absolutely not.
That's what's going to define your happiness.
yeah.
Well, I'm happy with the money I have because it's my money and I go out and make the bag and make the coins.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy right now. If I find somebody else that I can be
Well, that's
compatible with, it'd be nice if you made what I made or more. It'd be great. That'd be wonderful. So I don't have to, maybe if I wanted to slow down, I can. But I can't if you're making $20,000. Can't sit on my feet.
Well,
The thing that I hear a lot from
Some people aren't moved by money, though.
Yeah, okay.
What money represents is opportunity.
Thank
And so
you.
what I hear from a lot of the women is that they've worked really hard for their money, right? You work hard for what you have.
Yes.
And it's not about necessarily a man not bringing enough to the table. It's more about, I don't want him to come in and take what I've worked so hard to build.
I didn't get to the clap fast enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
But
much.
That's up to you to set that boundary to make sure that you're protecting what you brought in and what you have, and that he's adding to the relationship in some way if it's not financial.
Exactly. And
Okay.
I think that was the
Wait,
point
yeah.
that was the point that I was going to make.
Yes.
Because I think
Yes.
for a lot of men, they don't realize that there is more value than just finance. And when you have to work all day and come home and cook, clean, take out the trash, take care of the kids,
Amen.
do all the things, and you say to yourself, wow, I mean, why can't you, okay, it's not degrading to a man to maybe cook a meal every now and then. Or why do I have to beg you to take the trash out? So I think, again, it still goes back, in my sight, it goes back to communication and us coming together and saying, you know, you don't make as much as I make, and I don't, that doesn't matter to me. But how can we complement each other and strive to accomplish the things that need to happen for this union and this relationship?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Can I ask a question real quick of everybody?
Absolutely.
Yes. This is Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Yeah, I'm just listening to everybody. But anyway, because I'm not from this area, the DMV area, the one thing, and I'm about to just throw a bone out here that I may get killed for, but
I got you,
the
Rose.
one thing I've noticed about the DMV area, I know we're saying let's not say real man, but there seems to be an ongoing thing here with men here in this area that want to be supported by women. It is so difficult for a woman like myself to try to find a man that is not looking for a woman that has a good job, has her own house,
want to live with her,
her own car, that wants to live with her and live off of her. And then they'll say, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And until you reach your wit's end, because you think you're communicating, not that you think that you're communicating, and then in the end, that, like for my instance, that he had been receiving money the whole time he was here. He just wasn't helping.
We want to thank you for that.
You're on the phone with a gentleman like that, so I just want you to know that.
Oh, wow.
I've turned down relationships with women that were... Women that were 6 figures, making a lot of money, and I really didn't want to be in a relationship like that.
You didn't want to be in a relationship with
anything like that.
Who said that?
That's not what I said, though. What I said is that there's men out there that are actually living off of these women. And
but I thought you said there seems to be a thing in the DMV.
Yeah,
but that's what the thing is. What do you think was we talking about?
You also said you wanted to find one that didn't want that kind of dynamic. I was just saying you're on the phone with one. That's all.
Maybe I'm confused. Who just said you're on the phone with one? Who just said that?
Yeah, that's all.
Who said that?
That's what I thought. I thought you were saying you were on the phone with somebody that's looking for that kind of relationship.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought you said. Like you.
You know we're out here. I was just letting you know we're out here.
Are you the man that likes to live off the woman?
I've heard that.
You're one of the men that likes to live off the woman? Because that's what I'm thinking you're saying.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what it sounded like you're saying.
That's not what you said.
What are you saying, sir?
Well, can I say something?
Who is the person that just said that so I can be corrected?
Janice Mavis.
Before that, the man. Okay, never mind. He's not going to say it. That's fine. I have many men on this phone. Which one of you said it?
Oh, okay.
Said what? Said what?
What do you do? Who are you?
You turned down a woman with 6 figures. Who said that?
This is Reed.
Oh,
okay.
I'm going to have to call you later.
Your voice sounds a lot like one of the other callers, so we're trying to distinguish
Miss
one
Mavis,
from the other.
we're ready for you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You know, my opinion, it depends on a person's comfort zone, regardless if it's a man or a woman. And I'm going to keep it 100% real this evening. Money, I hear everyone says, well, you know, maybe money this, money that, what have you. But let's keep it real. money do make your life just a little more comfortable. I mean, it's to me. I mean, let's keep it real. Money do make your life a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Who do not like money?
I love it.
I mean, come on now.
I'm in love with it.
I mean, but it depends on, yeah, of course, but it depends on your comfort zone during that time, during your journey, you know. Just like Millie was saying earlier, I mean, you know, if I'm making 70,000 or 80,000, and if you're making 20,000, and if I'm a self-driven person, and if I have these dreams and visions, I want to keep it going, I want to just go, and you're just going to continue to flipping burgers for the rest of your life, then we're going to have a problem.
Thank you, Janice Mavis.
But that don't make you, listen here, everyone, that don't make you a less of a man. It's just that
I agree.
when you met me, I'm a self-driven woman. I have dreams, and that don't mean that your dreams, that you cannot have dreams. But see, that was, you know what, that's what is called equally yoked.
Equally yoked.
Sometimes when people get together, they're not equally yoked.
Yes.
And
yes.
then that's where
and they perpetrate. Don't forget that.
That's where the right. That's where the problems come in. That's where that negativity, that envy, that jealousy come in. You see.
Yes.
And it's important when you meet that better half, that other person, to be equally yoked.
Yes.
Meaning that you got to have something in common. It's just point blank. Something with that.
Yes.
Now I'm keeping it real.
Thank you, Janice Mavis. So let me ask, I want to ask everyone on this, I want to ask the men this on the phone. I have many men on this phone, and you got one after me. I'm ready. Let me ask you, Rose said something, and I've noticed this also, and I've had this happen to me. It seems, okay, so I say, for example, I work hard and I finally make my $150,000, for example. I don't know, I'm a lawyer or whatever. I'm not, but I'm just saying. And I finally get the Lexus I want, okay? I finally get the house that I want. It's decorated how I want. And I worked really, really hard to do that. It seems in this area, only in this area, because this is where I live, that men, they want, it's like they blame us for wanting and having these things and going, like for instance, a small example, I wanted to go to a brunch, and this brunch was $30, okay?
Okay.
I love this brunch. It had free mimosas. I was excited, but I had to take my children, okay? So their meal was expensive as well.
Okay.
I got kind of screamed on because I wanted to go to this $30 brunch. Right now, my bill is $90 right there, just with the kids. Mm-hmm. But now I got to pay for your broken, excuse me, I caught myself, JV. You're proud. I gotta pay for your broke. And so now I remember the day I did it. Then I had to reconsider my plans because you were broke and you got mad at me because I wanted to go to this brunch, and I went to the $11.99 brunch. I like that brunch over at Buddy's Crabs and Ribs. I digress. Okay, it's more now, but I didn't really want to go there. I wanted to go to one in Union Station. I wanted to go there, but I was made to feel so bad. And men do that a lot. So let me ask you a question. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to stay home and having babies, be on the corner? What do you want us to do? Or you want us to go out here and make these coins because we need to live? Breathe. I will go with Darryl Fletcher first.
You want me to start by?
Yeah, I don't want Dante Moore to answer it. I can tell you. Not, you notice, Dante, you know I... No, I want you, what you want me to do? I'm ambitious and I like certain stuff, and I finally got there, and why you make me feel bad about it? See, my voice all cracking, I'm so upset.
Yes,
okay, breathe.
Yes, I'm getting upset.
I mean, talk to me about that, and we'll get to JVs because we're running out of time because this is such a hot topic.
So do you want me to respond or?
Not Dante Moore. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Dante. Go ahead, Dante. I love you. We love you.
Go ahead, Dante.
Go ahead, Dante.
I want to preface this by saying we all have to realize here that this topic, when it comes to a real man, is never in the reverse. You can take a chick off the pole, clean her dusty butt up, get her a job,
That's why I said no Dante Moore.
and no one would ever say, "Hey, do you feel like a real woman because this man is taking shit?"
Well, you were born first. God made you first. I'm just saying,
now,
Dante. God made you first. Just saying.
Now we'll talk about what you said about the brunch thing. If you want to go to brunch to a $60 restaurant or anything like that, that's cool. That's fine. But what is that man's financial situation? Do you want him to pay for you?
No, I pay for myself.
We have to, right, we have to stop thinking that.
Who is doing that? I know it
is
is.
the main thing in the relationship. You know, because that's secondary.
Not him.
It's all about how you're treated. You know, if you're looking for all these women that are looking for someone that's supposed to have this money or be on the same level that they are at the same time, they're really not looking for a relationship. They're looking for a sponsor. They're looking for someone.
There is a song called Sponsor.
And take on a financial burden that they probably caused on themselves. They could be making $90,000, but they could have $100,000 in student loans.
I agree with that.
You know, so it's all, you have to realize how that man treats you first.
Right, that's true.
Topics that I want to respond to on this call, but I'm going to go ahead and let somebody else speak right now.
Well,
JV had a question.
Can I ask all of you gentlemen this one question? And
Get him, JV.
I just would like to see how y'all feel about this. Why is it that you have a man that wants to be in a relationship with a woman knowing that he cannot financially afford it?
I'm sorry. There you go. I'm sorry, JV. I was ready.
So he's not in a position. Now she already has, she's in a certain position. She's making a certain amount of money.
Okay.
She's, doing what she does. And, y'all start dating or whatever. Mm-hmm. You are not disclosing to her your full financial situation or whatever it is, and then you want to be committed, and then you want to get together and all that good stuff, and then in the end you're insecure or you got issues because in the beginning you really should not have taken it to that level anyway because you're not ready.
And now we're taking care of your dusty butt. Dusty butt.
Can someone just address that issue for me?
Can we get Mr. Fletcher first? Cause
Mr. Fletcher.
I think Mr. He has on.
And I've seen that so many times, time and time again.
Okay, so I think Mr. Fletcher had to get off. I know I didn't have him that long. What about Mr. Clayton Reed Jones? I'm back mad at you.
Or Ed Farley.
Or Ed Farley. It's so many. I'm just kidding with you. Anybody, let's go. Jump in.
Well, I personally can't answer that question because I don't really understand it either. That's not something that I partake, so I really can't speak on that.
Okay, what do you?
Well, I'd like to comment myself.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready.
Oh, okay. See, the thing is that why should a woman, okay, just like you were saying, okay, I make 90, this mid-20, what have you, but why should I have to feel bad because of the position that I'm in?
Who is cooking dinner?
Why do I got to train a man? Why? I mean, to me, it's called staying in your lane. Because most men that make 23 or 24,000 and meet a woman $100,000, they're already going to be a little, I don't know if she's going to like me.
Amen.
I don't know if I can keep up with her. Now, I'm not saying nothing against the men, but it can be reversed. As far as a woman, the same thing. It can be reversed. So it's about being secure with yourself.
Yes.
And why should I stop my ambition? Mm-hmm. Why should I stop being self-driven because you didn't go forward with your dreams? So I got to feel sorry for you. Mm-hmm. I got to babysit you like you're a toddler. And it's just, I'm just keeping it real. It's not fair. I mean, I want someone person to come to me with, they're already ambitious. Have your dreams. Have your passions when you enter the door.
Yes.
When you enter the
Love
door,
that.
because this society, this is a hard society.
It's a hard one. Yes, it is.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
Nobody don't have time to be babysitting no grown men.
Nobody got no time to be babysitting no grown men. Thank you, Janice Mavis.
I mean, I'm 100% keeping it real woman.
I love Janice Mavis.
I'm not belittling the men. It's just that I don't have time to feel sorry for you because I'm still learning myself. Right. I'm still learning myself, brother. I'm still trying to
I love Janice.
I'm still learning myself. I'm trying to find out who I am. You understand?
Well,
So I don't have time to find out who I am and you at the same time.
I would say it's the men. I would say it's the men that you're meeting and the men you're drawing into your
Didn't
space.
Don say more? Just say we were going to iron his dirty drawers. Come on, man.
You know what?
No,
That's why
iron his
I'm
dirty
single
shirts.
now. That's why I'm single now. Because I expect a lot of myself. So if I expect a lot of myself, I'm going to expect a lot of
Amen, Janice Mavis. Miss Hoffman.
I want to answer. I want to answer this one question. Millie asked.
And it's not being cocky, it's not being arrogant. You just got to know who you are. And we all, don't get me wrong, brother, we all get our insecure moments. But you got to wake up with a passion, a dream every day. You got to serve a purpose on this universe. If you wake up with nothing, then you know what I call it?
Okay, well,
Okay, Janice.
Janice, let's let him.
Janice, all right,
let
go
him
ahead.
give his comment. Yes, go
Right,
ahead.
and then we'll
go
go.
ahead.
Can I
Go
address
ahead.
your question?
Yes,
No.
go ahead.
Can I address your question
No.
when you ask what do we want you to do?
No.
No?
No, I'm kidding. Yes, go ahead. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, you asked that question, what do you want us to do?
Right.
And you was talking about the brunch and stuff.
Okay, I just use
And
that as an
from my
example.
perspective, what I want you to do is I want you to be you. I want you to be free to express yourself and do
Yes.
the things you enjoy. Me personally, I'm looking for someone that matches my core values. Something we spoke about earlier. I'm looking for that. So what's
Okay.
important in me needs to be important in my meeting.
Right.
And if
Yes.
that's not matching up, you're going to always be at conflict with one another.
Yes.
Right, so let me.
Arguing over brunch and you spit this, that, and the other. To be honest with you, those kind of conversations are beneath my energy at this junction in my life. Like, that's not even a conversation.
Well, I said it just
We have more
because.
issues
Well,
than
I
this.
said it just because that was an issue. It just seems like, and I had the Askman form, and we had the Askman form, and it seems like the men in this area, a lot of times is what she said. They want to live with you, and or you make more money. They can't wait to do that, or they just want to. How can I say this? I had this. I wrote this article, Miss Hoffman, and I want you to. I have this not happen. A lot of people it happens to. It was called "Surprise is Just My Penis." Now, let me just don't laugh yet. Miss Hoffman.
Catch a surprise is just what?
Very
It's
catchy
surprise.
title.
The title was "Surprise is Just My Penis," and I do relationships and stuff like that also with the Askman Forum and speed dating. A lot of women, including myself, surprise is just my penis. Just like, oh, surprise! I don't got nothing else to offer you but my penis. I'm not educated. I don't want to be educated. I just, all I got is some real good
Penis.
I was going to say something. Thank you so much, JV. And Miss Hoffman, I know you don't live here, but a lot of times in this area, the first thing a man will say is, "Oh, I can't say it on air." But thank you, JV. And that is not even what they say. It's worse. And you're just like, "Oh, okay, have a great day." Or penis pics, sorry. Or you're just like, really, that's all you have to offer? You don't have nothing else to offer, and I'm out here on my grind. You gotta. So, Miss Hoffman, what do you think about that? Be quiet, Dante.
Well, I think we don't need any of that. That's what they're toys for.
Ooh! Oh, she said it. Oh, she said it. Ooh!
We want something more than that.
And there's my issue. What do you? So we'll get to Mr. Reed and we'll get to Darryl Fletcher.
You're not finished.
Oh, you're not. Oh, I was going to ask you another question.
Go
So
ahead.
sorry, I got
Go
so
ahead.
excited.
Go ahead, finish.
Oh, so I would just say, people tell you who they are the first time,
Yes.
like Maya Angelou said. So if he says that up front, I look at that as rejection is God's protection, and I'm protecting myself from this person. So you've told me who you are, and thank you. I'm going to go on with the rest of my life, and that's a gift that they gave you that information up front. You don't
It's a
need to waste
gift.
any more time with that.
So as we conclude this show, because we have talked about so much, Ms. Hoffman, what do you feel like? You're a relationship expert. How do you start? There's a man and there's a woman. What do you tell that woman and what do you tell that man how to start to look for somebody that they're interested in? How does that conversation start? And then where do they go from there as far as trying to get there?
It does begin actually with what your other caller was saying. Is really figuring out what are your core values.
Okay.
What do you believe in, and what are your goals for the future? And that really has to be your beacon that's driving you towards finding your mate. And if you meet someone, regardless of how much money they make, regardless of what their job title is, that aligns with you on those levels, you really need to step back and think, well, am I getting my needs met in this relationship? Do we have good communication? The other factors that I talked about on my last TV show, A Question of Love, were respect and communication. And those are the four pillars of long-term compatibility. And so when you have all of that, what else are you looking for? I think sometimes we push things away, or we have certain ideas about something that keeps us single, because to be in a relationship does require some compromise. It does require some risk, and that's a little bit uncomfortable. But once you get past that point, it's really a beautiful thing. And I say this not just from coaching singles for the last 13 years on finding this kind of relationship, but in my own experience. My husband, when I met him, was broke as a joke. He made half the money that I did.
Okay.
Half the money. And I didn't care. And in my mind, I said, well, I'm type A high earner. I don't need a high earner. I need someone that's going to help me take care of the kids and help me clean the house and support me emotionally.
Okay, I love it.
And so to me, that partnership made sense. And through that, I was able to help empower him to be able to pursue his dream. And now he makes more than double what I do.
Yes.
So
Amen.
We're a partnership,
Hallelujah.
and we've built the life that we want together. But if I had pushed him away because he made half the money that I did, I would have missed out on something really great.
That's excellent. Meeting at the moment.
So, Ms. Hoffman, I have one quick question for you. I love what you just said. And that is something that you two talked about and agreed on and knew that would be for the betterment of your relationship and your union. Am I correct? In your family?
Yes, but I will say, in the beginning, I had the tendency, I wanted to go to brunch too. I wanted to take my trip. And I had the tendency to just say, okay, well, I'll just pay for you, because I want to do this, so I'll just pay for you.
Yes.
And that he was very uncomfortable with.
Yes.
And he said, I can't do that with you right now. And I don't think you should be paying my way. Right. So maybe instead of going to brunch, maybe I make you brunch at home.
Right, I've done that.
To adapt what I wanted and look at, okay, well, I still want to go to brunch, so I'll go with my girlfriends.
Yes.
Because it made him uncomfortable to have me paying his way, and then to constantly then be putting it in his face that this is something that I want to do and you can't do it because you can't afford it.
But there's the problem.
I had to listen and I had to adapt there.
Right, but there's the problem. A lot of times it doesn't make the men feel uncomfortable, and there's my issue.
That is a problem. You're right.
That's a problem. So, what I would like to do is we have a limited amount of time left. This show has gone a little bit more than 8, and I knew it would. So I want to start off, I won't say first come, first serve, but I want to start off with some final thoughts on what we were discussing, and I want to start with Clayton Reed Jones. What are your brief and final thoughts on this subject, and maybe give us some pointers on what we can do to be better and do better?
Well, I just think, I'm going to be real short. I'm just going to say that it's amazing. It is amazing how love can inspire you. And it's